Welcome back to another episode of Tony Climbs. Wednesday, just want to take a day off. So I was like, you know what? Mentally wasn't feeling great. Let's just hang out, chill out, not go climbing. Started the day off though. Today did not start off well. I completely missed a hold right here at the beginning of the session. And I tried to do some crazy move on a red climb, and then I go, oh, wait a second. There's a hold right here for my hand. So didn't start off great, but I actually, today was a super great day. I mean, I had the day off from work, so that was already like kind of a positive. But just overall had a really long session. As you can probably see by the length of this video, it's, you know, gonna be somewhere, I don't know because I'm voice recording over it, but it's gonna be somewhere in the time of like 15-ish minutes. So, you know, it's definitely a longer video. Did a lot of climbing today. So, you know, I had a good day. Even though I started off, I immediately started off and was like, oh gosh, I hope this isn't, you know, doesn't spell warning for the rest of the day. But, you know, here, those were some new climbs. This is also some new climbs here on the prow. Red one, pretty straightforward. You know, I kind of had a lock in. This is also earlier in the morning. This is like 8 a.m. I got here, woke up, spent like an hour or so in bed, walked down here, you know, kind of like a normal routine, just except early in the morning and not after work. Here, get the hand up, touch that, super solid. Up next here though, we got this purple one. Tried to pinch onto that, didn't work, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hang on here for a second. It's definitely meant as a foot. I realized like very quickly into it. I was like, okay, well, there's that. Able to just stand up, grab the top. Then we move on to this orange climb, which I actually really like. This orange climb felt solid. I like climbs that, I really like climbs that feel doable, that, and you know, even a little more difficult than this, something that I have to try, you know, a few times to grab, but like get. So, you know, stuff like that is super cool to me. Matched onto that, felt super solid. This black climb, I would say, is like kind of that difficulty range where, you know, spoiler alert, I did flash this climb, but I did watch someone do part of it. They didn't quite make it all the way to the top, but I watched them do part of it here. And I was like, okay, you know, like, you know, there's parts where I was like, oh, I like what they did. There's parts where I was like, okay, you know, I think I didn't really like what they did. I'm going to try something different. And so that kind of helped me a little bit here, but for the most part, I was able to pretty quickly get through with that. Then I tried this orange climb here. I liked the start on it, but I did not like the end. So I was able to hit this first move here, stand up, and then for some reason I tried to bump that right hand. Definitely not the play. The play here is to start with your hands underneath, kind of like an undercling almost, like you're doing like a weird pushing off the side and everything. Get that there. Make this first move, and then bump that the left hand up, I'm sorry, then bump the right hand up. From here, you can step onto the volume, and grab onto this orange one. And then as you peer up over the ledge, you're like, oh, there's no more holds for me to grab. That's not fun. So I was like, all right, well, I don't really want to, you know, start my long weekend off with a fall and hurt myself. So again, something I need to get over. I need to get like better at mantling and kind of pushing myself up, and also just pushing myself in general in these like more mentally difficult spots for myself. But you know, did this purple one right next to it. I had a nice hold here. Able to get the feet up onto this volume, very slick volume. Let me get up there. Then this purple climb here, I think this is just a great staple for a session. Good long climb, solid difficulty, you know, nothing too crazy, all things considered. Land this here, and then kick the left hand up onto there. Just skip that hold entirely. I really don't like that hold. You know, some people might make good use of it. Not for me. Then I get that, match this here, get the foot up, grab onto this. And then I really like this move here just because it's a little more like, I don't know, it's a little flashy. Or you just skip that last hold, but solid. Up next, we have this black climb here. Reach over with the left hand, scurry the feet over. Nice solid to here. Feeling good. And then get that hand up. I'm like, okay, sweet, nice. I then match onto this hold here. And I don't know what happens here, but I just kind of like get in my head and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I needed my foot up right now or what. But then I just was like, I was like, I mentally just couldn't do it. I don't know what that was there. A little weird, but oh well. Up next, we have this orange climb here. Tried this on Monday. Didn't get very far, fell right about here. This made a little bit further. Definitely think I'm doing this climb wrong. Spoiler alert, do not make it here. I feel like I have to go up with that left hand because there feels really weird. Look at it, a little puzzled, but I'm like, okay, let's just move on. There's this whole wall here is brand new to me, so I have a whole bunch of new climbs. Since I didn't start over here, I didn't really think to do any of like the red or like purple and below climbs really. I do one of them at the end just kind of to finish off the session. But you know, we have this black one here. I do come back to this one later in the session. Normally I try to like keep all the climbs grouped, but if they're really far apart, then you know, I'll be like, okay, this one's here at one stage and then we'll move to another. Same with this black climb here. I do try it one other time. Get the foot up here, and then I make this move up to here, a little step through with my foot. I try to go up to there. I really want to grab onto it, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm not 100% sure what to do with that one still. A little spoiler for the rest of the session. I don't get that black climb, but I do try this orange one here. That's not a really great handhold. It's more of like an intermediary just to kind of get a little force pull off right there. Get the feet up, step up here, bump the left hand out, little feet swap, big stand, bump the feet again, high foot, get that foot into that pocket, and then last two holds, get to the top. Now this orange climb, it is a flash attempt here, but I did see someone try this already, my friend Graham, and it looked a little scary. So there's a couple parts here where I like a little freaking out. Made these moves, felt pretty solid because I had saw Graham struggle on it. But then here, when I go out to there, my foot slips on it. Whew, if it would have slipped any sooner, I don't really know what would have happened. So I'm happy it didn't. Now this is a climb that I actually skipped to do the previous one, but I did a whole bunch of attempts on this here. So just put it all together, make it nice and more digestible. Going with that left hand out there didn't feel great. I then tried a move that I saw someone do, which was do this little heel hook in there. That felt pretty good. And I was like, all right, cool. Then I tried stepping on that volume there. And then I was like, I can't move anywhere. It felt like foot slipped. And I was like, okay, that's not great. Let's try another thing here. Okay. Get the hand up, heel hook again. Happy with that. Get the hand up there, try another heel hook, and then try to go up for there. And when I stabbed into there, like I thought it was going to be a little bit deeper of a hold than I realized. It kind of hurt. My fingers are okay, but I was like, okay, that kind of hurt. I'm like, I'm good on that one. Tried pulling up on that, couldn't really make any progress. Like I said, coming back to this black climb here. Coming towards the end of the session. Still have quite a few more attempts to go here. But here I get the feet up, switch the feet over, really trying to find a nice spot on this. I do this foot swap here, I think this might be the way to go, and then try to go for a high foot. My foot slips before I could get there. I tried again. This time though, like my brain just breaks where I'm like, oh okay, I fell off at the beginning. That's weird. Let me try this again. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, there we go. Boom, get the hand up. Okay, there we go. Now we're able to make it. Get the hand up once again. And then move the feet up, kind of like the previous time. This time I don't go up nearly as high. Try to do a foot swap here. This one's more successful, but then when I try to bump my hand, I just start to barn door and I'm not able to recover, unfortunately. But we move on to this other black climb here. Go up to there. Hit this little foot chip crimp. Try to get the hands over. Try to hit it from a different angle. Doesn't feel great. I'm like, okay. Graham was like, Tony, you got to get this blue climb. The blue climb is 100% doable. It's just scary to me. And also, I got a little frustrated on this because what I was struggling with was getting my feet up to here. My feet would constantly be slipping off of that starting hold. I'd get my foot up and I'd go to pull and my foot would slip. And I go, okay, that's a little frustrating. And then here I would go, okay, I'm up to here. Let me just go up to here. Step up and my foot would slip off. And I go, okay, that's not fun. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time. Boom, get the hands up. Grab onto the little chip. Switch the feet and my foot slips. I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Like, come on, like I can do this. I have done this before. I did this Monday. It's a little frustrating, but I'm like there. I'm fighting through it. I'm like, okay, nice solid foot there. Okay, great. Boom. Oh, look at this. Wow. All of a sudden I get past that hold or past that move. And I was like, okay, cool. Press up. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's very scary. It puts me in a very precarious situation over this volume here. So, I just gotta I'm trying to lock out my elbows and everything. And I bail out. I'm like, okay, let's try it again. I'm like, surely this time I'll just be able to, I've got up there once. I'll just be able to nice and quickly breeze right through this section. Pay attention to the foot slips. I'm like, okay, right. Let me get a little frustrated at this point. I'm like, I'm not even frustrated at the climb, the setting, or anything. I'm just frustrated at myself that I can't consistently make this move. But I'm like, okay, look, do little twinkle toes there, fix the feet, everything is hunky dory. I'm like, great. Step there. I'm like, awesome. Boom, pull, I hit it. I was like, great, awesome. And I just I'm trying to send, I lock out my arms and I try to go up and send that up there. I think if I was faster, I could have done it, but it was a little scary. I tried again. I'd shake out my arm. Okay, let's try it one more time. Whoop. And I'm trying to get my feet under my butt basically. And trying to step on it, the little foot chip there. Don't quite get it. I'm like, all right, I got to finish off on a win here. I was like, let's try this purple climb. Great. Purple climb, feel relatively confident. Obviously my confidence is a little shook after, falling on the red climb. And I was like, oh, that's not a great hold. Okay. Well, that feels decent. Almost slip off there. Do not touch the mat though. So, it's still a legit climb attempt. Get over to here. I'm like, okay, great. And okay, my arms are starting to, feel the burn a little bit. I've been at the gym for a solid 2 hours. Definitely a longer session than I'm used to. I have to switch the feet back over again. I'm like, okay, maybe not. Just sent it, hit it. Happy with that. Tail the tape here. Red climb. Look at that. Getting wrecked by a red climb. I think at this point the only climb I have not fallen on might be a yellow climb. I might have fallen on a yellow climb. I'm not 100% sure. But if I have fallen on a yellow climb, I've definitely fallen on every other type of climb. So, look, now I don't have to worry about trying to be perfect constantly. Solid. But yeah, tail of the tape, a solid session. It doesn't you might look at this and go, okay, you didn't really get a lot of black climbs or blue climbs, but I'm happy with it. I feel solid, great about it. Overall, great session. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there who celebrates 4th of July. I guess all the American people. Yeah. And if you like the video. Subscribe if you feel like you want to keep watching the videos. And, leave a comment down below if you want to give your opinion on something. I'm always down to listen to that sort of stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching. And as always, keep on climbing.